Um, well, I dislike Twitter. I mean, it's something I talk about on my Twitter feed. I don't like social media generally. I tend to be of the opinion that no one is a human being to anyone else on the internet. We're only face to face. I also don't think that anyone's mind is changed on the internet unless one of two things is present. You're in a dialogic space, meaning a space that has been set aside on the internet to have dialogue and to change your own mind and the minds of others, or you're communicating online with someone with whom you are in a trusting relationship. So you trust their opinion, you trust what they have to say. Twitter doesn't really set itself up to be either of those things. And so I'm on Twitter because I love to write. I'm interested in digital writing because I think that Twitter has become a social news website, even more so than a social networking site. And so I think it's a good place to be if you want to be an independent journalist who's engaging digital media. But that's very different from being a proponent of people using Twitter. I tend to tell people to get off Twitter. Well, I mean, first of all, I'm someone who just for years has been a writer. I need to write all day. I'm driven to write all day. I think I liked Twitter because it was a format I had used before, so I was, marginally familiar with it. I think that it's a good way to communicate short bursts of information. Whereas if you create and I have a Medium account, and I've written, articles on Medium, but the expectation is that you're creating much longer content, and therefore that you're sitting down and you're really committing yourself. Sorry. Light sensor in the building. You're committing yourself to spending a substantial amount of time, writing that one article. On Twitter, you can have a thought that only fills up one tweet. At the time, it was 140 characters, and then you can get on with your day and do something else. And sometimes it's hard to express this in a way that makes sense or doesn't seem a little strange. But when you are on Twitter for a big part of the day, meaning that you are participating in a completely disembodied space, you really do need to have something in your life where you're doing something with your hands physically, just because it's embodied. It doesn't have to be Lego. It could be a million other things. But I really would suggest to anyone who spends a lot of time in social media, have a hobby that is very tactile. This is Wally from the movie Wally.
That's amazing.
Let me turn around. He was facing the wrong way.
And he's got the plant.
Is that all right? Yeah. He's got a little plant. So, I like Disney movies. And so you can see why, having that in your office environment, it's fun.